Hey Wave Church, Pastor Jason here. I pray that you're having a great day. Man, what absolutely crazy times that we are living in right now. You know, last Sunday, I was planning on talking to us as a church about the response that President Trump had made about churches reopening. Instead, last minute, we pulled that sermon to respond to the killing of George Floyd and the rampant racism that is in our country. Family, if you weren't able to log on last week and listen to that, I want to encourage you to do so. But I also want to address that. By the way, President Trump said churches could reopen. And so what does that mean for us as a church? You know, it is likely that this week and in the coming weeks, we're going to see more and more churches start opening up in San Diego. And so the question's naturally going to be, when is Wave going to regather? You know, Wave has never stopped gathering. We've always continued to gather. We're meeting online. All of our families are online Zoom groups. Our kids are online Zoom groups. So are our students. We've continued to meet each other's needs and care for each other. And I could not be any more proud of Wave Church and how we've handled all that has happened during this season. But I just want to say we are going to be gathering sooner rather than later. We are in talks right now with the school district, and it's a case-by-case basis, and we're looking at all of the CDC guidelines for what it looks like for us to come back to church. Now, we don't have an exact date yet, but I'm telling you, we as a church, we sooner rather than later are going to be gathering together again, and I absolutely cannot wait. And so we'll continue to communicate to you when that time will come and what that will look like. But I just want to remind you of why we stopped gathering in the first place. We believe that we are called to love God by loving others. And so we stopped. And honestly, right now, nobody is driving by Willow Grove, where we used to meet as a church, and they're not saying, man, it's so unloving that Wave Church isn't meeting right now. And so we're taking our time. In fact, we might even take a little bit longer to regather than some churches because we want to do church the way we do it at Wave. And right now, that would mean that we couldn't have children's ministry or singing together or gathering together. Now, it's going to be different, but we're going to wait a little bit longer to allow for our church to experience what we believe we're called to do as a church. We're a spiritual family, and so we're called to love and encourage each other. Now, in the meantime, family, I want to encourage you to do a couple different things. If you're part of a life group, I want to encourage you to spend some time together to maybe extend our quarantine bubbles, to enjoy each other, to go walks with each other, maybe go to a park or the beach, to slowly regather. So when we come together as a church, it won't be a shock to our system. Secondly, I want to ask you to pray not only for our church, but our churches in California, as we're working with the government not to be divisive, but be united, that we might be a great representation of Christ. And family, I want to ask you to anticipate, to look forward to the day that we gather together. I'm telling you, it's going to be an incredible moment that we'll gather back together again. But family, in the meantime, I love you. I pray for you. I'm proud of you. I want to encourage you again, jump online and watch those sermons. We love you guys. We'll see you back here pretty soon. God bless.